Hey guys, this is Brett for Topo Ranger. Today we are in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, and we're walking on the Enola low-grade trail. On top of this ridge here are those big windmills. Our goal for today is just a real short trip. It's going to walk, it's about a mile and a half to a spot on the map I just randomly came across while I was at the bookstore drinking coffee. It said Mann's Waterfall, M-A-N-N Waterfall. It's about a mile and a half from the parking spot there, just south of Washington Borough, or Washington, the town up there. And I think there might be a tunnel here too. So basically that's just where we're going. I'm gonna go check out this waterfall. Hopefully the water is flowing pretty well. On the way here, just back that way, about a half a mile, there was a huge rock slide, and I'm pretty sure these cliffs here, probably a 100-foot cliff. These are schist. The rock look kind of sparkly and green, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably that albite chlorite schist that's also down in the Holtwood Gorge. And there's this huge rock slide. I'm gonna get some pictures and video on the way back. And there's actually, on each end of it, there's these little signs, nice metal signs that says rock slide, August 1st or August something, 2018. Do not climb on rocks. So as if the people in charge of the signage and the parks are kind of trying to make a point, like, hey, you climb on these rocks, you could die, and your body could wind up at the bottom of this huge, and these schist boulders they're huge. It's really, really cool. I'm gonna get some stills and some video on the way back. Right now, we're heading down to a place I've never been called Mann's Waterfall, and this is the Susquehanna River right here. All right, so we'll pick it up when we get to the waterfall. I don't know if they're eagles or vultures. I can't tell, but there's a lot of big birds flying around here, right along the cliff line. We should be here. Alright, I can hear a stream now. So I see some fencing up ahead here. This has to be where the waterfall is. Here's a rock slide of the schist. The size of those boulders. One I saw on the way down, though, is probably 4 or 5 times the size. It's huge. Alright. I hear the stream. It's right up here. Oh wow, look at that. Oh wow. Look at that. Wow. That is just beautiful. The moss there, it makes the whole thing green. Comes out the other side in some type of concrete spillway, and then it just falls into the river. I'm thinking there might be another little artificial waterfall right there. Let's walk out there and see. Oh, no, we can't get over there. Well, we're gonna have to, oh, look at that. And look, there's a little hole, little rectangular hole in the stream bed. The water's going down in there. This is a lot cooler than I thought it would be. Let's see if we can't get down into this tunnel. I didn't bring my muck boots. Oh wow. Maybe we won't need them. some slippery logs here. Oh wow, look at this. This is amazing. Nice little pool. And then there's the upper falls here. There's some people down there. I'm gonna try to work my way along this log. Kind of dicey. Well, I'm not sinking in the water. It's like a drill hole here from a drill bit going down in. So here's the upper falls. The plant life in this creek is amazing. I've never seen a creek with so much green in it. It's crazy. I am so glad that I brought my underwater housing today because the stream bed here is just covered with green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the housing and I'm going to get some underwater shots of this whole thing. Then I'm going to probably get some stills and I'll probably be out of time. But so far so good. Man's Waterfall is it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. So when the creek hits the spillway here, there we got the Enola low-grade trail, and the main part of Man's Waterfall is up here. When it gets about even with the cliff line here at the river, there's this rectangular hole there. Now I don't know if that was meant to be like that or if something was there before and then it's gone, but I'd say about half of the creek goes into the hole. So I want to go down to the to that point where the spillway empties into the river. But if you look at the side here, it's wet here. It's wet and very slippery. So if I try to go down there, I'll bet you $100 I'll probably slip and fall. I just can't get over the amount of green in this stream. It's like a carpet. This bridge, though. Look at the underneath of these metal I-beams. They're all corroded. Some type of wasp nest up there. Another one right there. Flakes of metal. I mean, these things are just. You break this stuff with your hands. It just crumbles. All right, well, Man's Waterfall, which is the end of, I guess, Man's Run, right before it hits the Susquehanna, turned out to be awesome. The sun kind of went away after a little while, but I think I got enough. I think I got enough footage for a good episode. It's just amazing. Again, I know that I kind of harp on this point a lot throughout my videos, but I grew up here, right over the river there in York, and I did a lot of exploring when I was a teenager. I mean, I can't even know how many hours and days I spent clambering all over the hills here. I didn't know this waterfall existed until today. It goes back to what I was saying in the episode about Cemetery Springs there, is that a lot of times things just get overlooked, you know. This is the Enola low-grade trail. Now I have to give a shout out to on Instagram account Uncharted Lancaster, which is a guy who does geocaching, and he's put up a lot of pictures, and he puts his boxes along the trail here and all over Lancaster. So I first found out about the Enola low grade via Uncharted Lancaster, and I had heard about it before. It wasn't like I never heard of it, but he had pictures of tunnels and rocks and all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, this is definitely my kind of thing. So I just decided on a whim today. I was on my phone and I was looking at the maps and stuff, and I checked out the Enola where the parking is, and then I was kind of scrolling down, and boom, there it is, Man's Waterfall. But I've looked at maps of this area. I spent hours poring over different maps of this area, topo maps, terrain maps, geologic maps, and I'm pretty familiar with the Lancaster side of the river, right? And I had no idea that waterfall was there. Now, on a summer day, leaves are out, 85 degrees. Go there. One of the falls had a pool in it that was basically like just the entire bottom was just covered with this like velvety aquatic plant growth, kind of swaying. And you could jump in there, cool off. Oh my God, it'd be great. So anyway, I definitely recommend coming here to Man's Waterfall. I gotta head out. I gotta hike back to the car. I got about a mile hike to go here, and but along the way we're gonna check out that huge rock fall. Okay, so pick it up when I get there. All right, guys, we're coming up on the rock slide. The sign here says August 1st, 2018, and then underneath it says "Do not climb on rocks." This is a schist. I'm not exactly sure which kind of schist. There's several different kinds in this area. Look at the size of those boulders. Looks like it all fell from this region right here. Wow, that one. How much does that thing weigh? Now, I know it says don't climb on the rocks, but I mean, come on. Let's go climb on the rocks. Some quartzite. There's like a shard. Colors are reds. This thing is sharp. Look at that. It's like a spire. Yeah, some of these are pretty loose. Let's be careful. Fractured. Wow. I'm thinking there's probably might be some boulder caves down in there. I see one right there. But man, this stuff is so fresh and loose. Even though it happened a couple years ago, I don't think I would want to crawl in there. It's just so fresh. Definitely not something you want to play around with. Some more quartzite. What's this? This stuff turned into powder. Look at that. Alright, well, I think the rock slide is a good place to end this episode. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. As always, I like having you guys along, whoever you are. Discovered a really beautiful waterfall today. Got to get back to this one, Man's Waterfall. Got to get back in the summer when the leaves are out, and it keeps going up beyond this. There were cliffs and stuff extending up into the ridge that I didn't really have time to get to, so always try to leave a little bit on the table. So that's basically it. I hope you guys had a good time, and I'll catch you on the next episode. This is Brett for Topo Ranger, signing out.